Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It's all about safety once again with your Tito Kat Tatlonghari, who's a professor, who's a nuclear physicist, who's a lead assessor and safety as well, Kat Tatlonghari. And we have a very special guest for all of you out there is Mr. Florence Sangrenes. He is into robotics, automation, uh, and he's also a techpreneur, no? Nice word. Providing business solutions by developing software and electronic hardware. He also teaches electronics, robotics, and programming to students. Additionally, has written books about artificial intelligence and how it is radically transformed nowadays. No? Currently, he serves as one of the board members of the Mechatronics and Robotics Society of the Philippines National Capital Region, and he's a member of the ICE PEP SG chapter and the Philippine Computer Society. He's pursuing a master's degree in computer engineering with focus on data science and engineering at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. He co-founded the Ematrix Robotics and a startup team dedicated to developing systems that integrated machine learning, again, robotics and automation for business for various sectors. Our topic today is machine learning enabled detection of remote manipulation attacks on integrated circuits or IC on autonomous guided vehicles and drone. Wala pong iba kundi si Mr. Florence Sangrenes. Florence, magandang hapon.
Magandang hapon po. Good afternoon, everyone.
Florence, magandang hapon sa'yo.
Yeah, good afternoon. Magandang hapon po. Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear now.
Okay.
So, we right now in one team with, as I've said, ang aking isa sa ko, si Kat Tatlonghari. Siya yung ating walking encyclopedia with concerns to engineering and nuclear physics. No. Now, tanong ko lang, how old are you muna, Florence? How old are you?
41 po ako ngayon.
Wala kang audio? Kailan, no?
41. I'm 41 now.
Nagbabuff yung yung walang sounds.
Walang sound?
Oh,
okay.
You're 40. Still very young, We're a generation, several generations ahead. 2 decades, if I'm to be correct. So, ano ngayon, with the 41-year-old young individual, why are you investing, yes, all of this in this kind of career o setup dito sa robotics and yan, mga computerization, mga ganito, no? Or mechatronics as you would say. Bakit?
Actually, it all started when I was young, no. Bata pa lang ako, talagang pangarap ko na mag-work somewhere or something na involve ang robots. So I remember when I was in Tondo, in a Islam area, yung parents ko, dinadala ako sa palengke. And I saw a robot before worth 500 pesos. During that time, way back 1996, 1997, yung 500 pesos, napakalaki yun. So that is already 3 to 4 days na food namin, no? So kapag ka bumili ka ng robot worth 500 pesos, that's already a sacrifice ng pagkain. But I really wanted, I convinced my parents, pero talagang hindi nila maibigay sa akin. So from that on, I find myself na parang, okay, in the future, probably I could do something about robots. So, but during that time, that was toy, laruan lang yun. But this time, it's more on industrial robots. And naging, passion ko na rin kasi I'm into programming. So, I've also found out na ito yung right time for us Filipinos na hindi lang maging passive na laging kumukuha ng mga technology coming from other countries and foreigners, but also it's time for us na tayo rin meron. So with the education that I am undergoing right now, so I think that's a good foundation on my end para mas lalo pang buhayin yung robotics dito sa Pilipinas. And that's my advocacy as well. So it's not only a toy, it's not only about the kung ano yung trend ngayon, but it is something that I believe, no, naniniwala ako, in the future, malaki may tutulong nito sa Pilipinas and sa mga Filipinos. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe mamaya as our listeners and Kat will be in Florence has given us some slide, pero iano lang natin kasi I'm in industrial engineering, versus one of the in the 70s industrial engineering was into computer, yung mga kumpanyang IBM, mga computer companies, they're all robotics. Ito na ang ating Galaxian world-class comedian. Walang iba kundi si Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, magandang hapon sa'yo.
Hello, Kajay, and sa ating guest, si Sir Florence.
Hello.
Alam mo yan, Florence?
Brad Pitt, kakaiba yung kanyang linya. Robotics ang kanyang linya. Ang topic natin is yung mga
robotics
sa mga guided vehicles. Yan. At
hello.
Nakikinig sa atin, Brad Pitt, meron pala naman kang patayin mo yung electric fan, gumagaral-gal yung sound. Ayan, may sound na something na medyo masakit sa ulo. Matanggal ba natin yon, Marvin, yung mga sound na gano'n? Hindi natin matatanggal yon, yung mga generated na yun. So, more or less, ayan, so...
Ay, sandali. Babalik ako, Kajay, sandali.
Okay. Sige, Brad Pitt. Ayan, nawala sila. So, tuloy natin ang discussion for everybody, Sa inyo, matagal na yung mga parang mga ito, yung binanggit mo pa yung artificial intelligence, AI, na ngayon, very meron ako sa cellphone yan, di ba? Lahat ng itanong mo, pag tama ang tanong mo, sasagutin ka. Lahat na itanong. So, yan ba ay parte nun sa mga robotics na ginagawa mo, Florence?
Yeah, of course. Before, may robotics na naman. Pero the thing is, during those early days ng robotics, walang machine learning eh. So ngayon, nung meron ng machine learning, that's the artificial intelligence, that's part of it. So ngayon, naging mas intelligent yung robot. So yes, it's not only the devices where you are holding right now, it's also the machines that we're using probably before, industrial devices, mga machines. Ngayon, kahit yung mga pambahay na mga machines could also be integrated sa machine learning or dun sa artificial intelligence or AI. That makes the machine intelligent.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, more or less, you own a company na ito ang pinopromote. You own a company. Ganun ba?
I found a company, yes. This is a startup company which is more on robotics and machine learning and data science. Okay.
May sinasabi kasi ngayon yung, ko bago pumunta dito sa second question ko, yung marami ngayon yung mga, yung mga, Marvin, yung mga nakasabit sa mga, sa walls para mga yung mga camera, mga camera. CCTV, di ba? So yung CCTV nung araw, picture lang Ngayon yung mga CCTV meron ng sounds at pwede mong i-zoom. Yan ba part din ng linya ng kumpanya mo na you design a high definition camera na may sound at medyo may artificial intelligence na siya na pwedeng, halimbawa, yung mukha ko, ma-decipher niya na yun para pagbigay natin sa pulis, ma-identify na kung sino yung nagnakaw sa'yo. Paano ba ang sistema niyan, Florence?
Well, yung sa amin, sa robotics, it's not only confined with the visual or vision na technology, no? So, but that's also part of it. Like for example, if we create robotic carts, syempre kasama yung camera doon, and meron kami nilalagay na mga artificial intelligence that would really identify who's the person, or hindi lang tao, what is that certain object, and pag na-recognize ng robot yon, and that's the time na pwedeng mag-react yung robot accordingly. So that's part. Pero when it comes to CCTV only, so kahit even before naman, kahit walang machine learning, that could be possible as long as it is registered sa database or sa storage ng CCTV. Yeah. But for now, ngayon, much more knowledgeable yung ating mga devices na kaya na mag-identify ng
ba
tao.
tayo?
Okay. Kat, magandang hapon. Kat, can you hear me now? Kat?
Yes. Go on, please.
Kat, our guest is Flores Sangyeres. He's an entrepreneur, he's a businessman, but he's in a different field, na alam na natin na may mga robotics, but not with the ones with artificial intelligence. This is more enhanced, Ang topic nga natin is machine learning enabled detection of remote manipulation attacks on integrated circuit in autonomous guided vehicles or drones. Tungkol to siguro sa mga pwede natin magamit ito sa atin sa engineering, yung mga building natin sa ibabaw, may crack. May crack yung mga building natin doon sa ibabaw. May mga piping tayo sa ibabaw na may leak. Hindi na natin kailangan pumanik. Kasi kakabit na natin sa vehicle, So, yan, Kat. So, I would have another question and maybe you make a follow-up, Kat, So,
Okay.
Florence, what do you mean by itong autonomous guided vehicle, And what are their uses? And how attackers, parang gano'n, how could they attack the ICs of this autonomous guided vehicles or drones na sinasabi nga na ngayon? Paano ba yan?
Yeah, yung ginawa kasi namin o yung concept namin is more on the AGV or a autonomous guided vehicle. Ito yung makikita nyo sa YouTube na tumatakbo na with wheels, 4 wheels, pero maliit lang siya. Usually in the industrial factories o manufacturing companies. Pero pwede rin siya sa mga outside, sa labas. Pwede rin siya sa mga groceries. So that's AGV. Pero how can we use that in something na mas useful? So we put that inside the grocery and department store, as well as with the combination of drones. Drones is the one who will get those items sa groceries na medyo matataas, and at the same time put that item on inside the cart. No? So autonomous siya, meaning no need ng control ng tao, no need na i-push. Now, this AGV or the autonomous guided vehicle is also possible for infrastructure inspection. So gaya ng binanggit nyo po kanina, na baka pwedeng i-check yung structure situation ng isang building. Yes, possible, using the vision, yung kanina pinag-usapan natin, using the camera, na i-check niya lang, i-scan niya lang yung buong paligid, including the walls as well as yung mga poste. And if there's crack, that would be reported. And once nag-report yon, so the machine learning will start to figure out what are the solutions for that. How dangerous or risky yung infrastructure na yon on that certain status. And at the same time, with the use of drones, pwede siyang umikot-ikot eh. At saka pumunta sa taas na wherein hindi reachable by simple human during the construction period. No? So, malaking tulong ng robotics with artificial intelligence or machine
Okay,
learning.
Ito, sa linya to talaga ni Kat. Kasi si Kat, assessor siya ng lead, yung mga engineering and environmental design, leadership in engineering and environment design, lead. Lahat ng building, ganyan ngayon, pinapalo, may nakita ang building, may mga halaman may mga, yung facade niya, halaman. So, kung may drone si Kat, makikita yon sa ibabaw. Kaming mga may senior na, we don't like to go up. So, magkano ba, let's say, ang i-invest ng isang katulad namin, ako sa safety, si Kat din sa safety, pero hindi ako lead assessor. Paano ba, ano ba ang setup? How do you start it up? May laptop ka, may drone ka, may program ka? Paano ba? How is it? And then maybe Kat could add some more.
Yeah. Well, basically, it depends on the devices na meron, no? But normally, yung mga ginagamit sa infrastructure survey, especially yung may with drones, usually nasa 50K yan, 50K pataas, or naglalaro 50 to 60, something like that. But the most important of it is not only the drones itself, but the machine learning program that detects the entire, determine if there is something wrong with the building, with the infrastructure or none. No, yun ang pinakamalaga doon. Yes, we use laptop or computer. We can also use a special mobile device that could connect sa drone. That's possible, as well as doon sa AGV. So all those things, part yon ng setup natin just for us to assess kung yung ating infrastructure ay in good health pa ba or something need to change. So again, the investment, when it comes to investment, around 50 to 60, something like that. But if you want to add more features, that would be syempre additional price. But on our case, as of the moment, what we're planning is to show it first to some partners and let the partners use that first without any payment, upfront payment. So it's more on like a subscription. So the more you use the device, the more, of course, you.
Kailangan muna kita dyan, Florence, Kasi when you mentioned 50 to 60, some might be saying, pero may magic word ka subscription. So you mean to say, kami ni Kat, halimbawa, meron akong, paano ba ito? Paano ba, let's say, tayo Kat, di ba? Let's say, meron tayong pupuntahan na, as I've said, di na building, pipeline na lang, mga 2 kilometro layo. Hinahanapan natin ng leak. Papaliparin namin yung drone. Naka-computer na yon. So, may artificial intelligence na dinesign mo na madidetect ng camera na, meron leak doon sa pipeline na yon. Tumatagas yung langis doon. So, yun yung sinasabi mo, pwede naming arkelahin? Is that it?
That's true. So, that design na dinedesign namin ngayon is for subscription, wherein you don't need to pay the entire device. All you have to do is just rent for it or through subscription. So the more you use it, that's the time. So
magkano yun? Magkano yun more or less? Alam mo, may mga nakikinig na sa atin sa marami, nakikinig na sa atin or mamayang hapon, normally sa hapon sila nakikinig kasi holiday sa Dubai Magkano ang initial investment sa subscription? If you won't mind.
So, wala pa kaming exact payment but we're thinking of around the initial payment is around 5,000 to 7,000, something like that. But the more you use 7, it, the more the more you use it, the more you add for extra payment, of course. And depending on anong features. So, kung yung features mo, like for example, mga pang-ilalim yan, dun talaga sa mga mahihirap abutin ng robot. So, of course, the feature is quite
Pwede
complicated.
kami ni Brad Pitt na maging distributor mo. Kasi si Kat, sabi ko nga kayo, di ba tayo Kat, assessor tayo, di ba? Pero minsan napapagod tayo. Kat, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Actually,
So,
we have done this already I was involved kasi nagkakaroon ng major renovation
go ahead.
ang PICC, the Philippine International Convention Center. They are planning a major renovation. So they use a lot of this deep penetration radar and also using drones. And then, for example, sa geothermal field, in order to make some yung prospective na survey, gumagamit sila ng drones na sensitive sa heat so that they will know whether there is a geothermal well beneath the surface. So this is using drones. We have done this already in PICC. This deep penetration radar, and then using drones, and then also this laser to have a complete parang remodeling or perspective or sketch of the whole building. We have done this already sa PICC. And the geothermal industry, for example, EDC and Aboitiz, and also the Philippine Geothermal Production Company, they are doing this using drones, looking for geothermal na perspective along the surface. This is very useful. Very useful.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, pero hindi tayo kasali ito, Kat. But I was thinking nga, nandito na si Rene Doria We're planning on putting up itong structural insulated panels, ano? And we are here to help this young entrepreneur katulad ni Florence, no? Get to the other side of the world, the engineering world. Yan to si Brad Pitt sa kanyang influence on the entertainment, mga comedian, mga abogado. Malawak si Brad Pitt eh. Medyo kung matutulog
nawawala-wala ata si
Yes. Yes.
Hello. Kita mo
Jimmy,
ba yung
Jimmy,
internet nawawala, ano? So paano natin ito bang internet Florence, makukuha ba ito ng artificial intelligence na hindi mawawala? Paano ba yung nangyayari dyan?
Well, it depends pero usually hindi naman sa machine learning or sa artificial intelligence yan.
Hello.
So
nag-baffle na naman, no? So
yeah.
Nawawala-wala yung signal natin eh.
It's on
Ganda
the
sana ng
connectivity.
topic kung hindi ganito yung ating mga signal.
Yeah, that's true.
Ano yan, Florence? Nawawala ako eh. So
ayan. Okay na.
How could you, a very intelligent entrepreneur like you, would be able to help an old entrepreneur like me? Paano kaya yan? Na yung ating connectivity palipat-lipat na kami from PLDT to one server to another server. Nagpa-fluctuate eh. Paano kaya namin masosolve itong ganito? Magkaroon kami ng sarili ko masyadong alam eh. Kaya may
I
IT
think-
ako, si Marvin yun. Paano kaya?
Yeah, so although that's a network, talks or topics, what I could say is more on infrastructure.
Yes.
So dito kasi sa Pilipinas, hindi pa tayo kasing parang mayroong infrastructure katulad ng nandun sa ibang bansa. Kaya doon, ang bibilis ng mga internet. Sa atin, usually, kinukuha pa lang natin ito sa ibang bansa, then hinahati-hati dito sa Pilipinas. So that's why mas mahal and at the same time, mas mabagal. So nag-share pa lang tayo. Unlike with, for example, if we use the idea of Starlink, wherein yung internet is already coming from the satellite sa outer space. So basically, I think that would be much better. So, but if it is still coming from here, dun sa mga antenna natin, o sa mga tower, so meron pa rin mga obstacles yan, katulad ng mga buildings. So, that's the reason kung bakit hindi pa rin tayo nagkakaroon ng ganong klaseng strong or strong na connection.
Okay. So, understood more or less.
Yeah.
Inaano ko lang yung ating lang dito, yung mga sinabi mo, no, yung isa pa, no, kasi yung artificial intelligence, malakas na malakas, no. Maraming ang bata, sabi nga sa akin ng isang kasi I teach vocational courses with regarding to mga mathematics, that has mathematics know-how. Sabi nung isang businessman, hindi na kailangan. Anong metro ang kailangan mo? Ilang metro? Convert mo sa inches. I-type mo lang yan. Meter to inches. Co-convert na pati formula Anong angle yan? Co-convert na no? Kasi meron ng AI. Gagawa mo ng letter. Tatanong mo lang sa AI. Ngayon, ang tanong ko, yung sinabi kayo natin, yung tungkol dito sa AI, anong roles ba nitong artificial intelligence in detecting yung mga attack? Kasi i-define mo rin kung ano yung attack doon and how can it secure our robotic systems and automation. Sige, Florence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as yung isang bagay digital, so mabilis maatake yan ng mga evil doers or mga someone who has a wrong intention. So as long as makuha lang nila yung links or something na connection dun sa device. So since a robot is a device, so mabilis din yung pwedeng may possibility na maatake ng mga hackers. So how? In different ways. Sa una, pwede yun sa IC. Pangalawa, pwede mismo dun sa program. And pangatlo, pwedeng dun sa user. Okay? So, or sa account. So, pero mostly, kapag ang inaatake ng hackers ay yung IC, so obviously nababago yung flight control, yung management ng power, and at the same time pati yung goal, no, nababago yon. So meaning if the goal of the robot is to really do this certain task, babaguhin niya. Or kung ang power management ay kailangan by doing this task, mababa pa lang yung makukonsume na electricity or power, pero pwede niyang kainin lahat yon at mismanage yung distribution hanggang sa mawala na ng power yung robot. Or worst comes to worst, baguhin yung program and the program will do something wrong that would hurt other people. So, yun yung mga attacks na possible. Now, how our machine learning or yung artificial intelligence could detect na mayroong mga atake? Kasi there are, the only thing that is happening as of the moment is we cannot really identify kung may attacks na nangyayari sa mga devices. It's because if we cannot see it, we think that there's nothing on it. But that is wrong. There are some attacks na umaabot ng 1 year na nag-stay sa device. Like for example, on your phone, 1 year na yan na nandyan yung atake. Nagmamatsyag lang yan, nagbabantay lang kung ano ng mga ginagawa mo sa phone mo and kumukuha ng mga data. And we're not
That's-
aware of that.
That's
Right.
wow. That's very awful and that's very alarming. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, ang
Yeah.
All About Safety ay dala sa inyo ng JLF Project International Inc., mga experienced riggers, transport contractors. They're into civil and mechanical works also. They are into heavy lift and transport. And also JLF Project Training and Assessment Center Corporation. Yan ang ating vocational school sa mga gustong magdagdag ng skills. Bawa kayo yung mga engineer, kayo yung mga safety officer, purchasing. You don't need to operate the heavy equipment, but just to know the principle. And by the way, I would like to greet the Mechanical Board of Engineering board member. Walang iba ko si Engineer Ramon Pesting Solis. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. Kay Bobot Magsale, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year sa inyo. Ayan. Kay Emma Ridera, belated happy birthday. Wala pa yung regalo ko kay Emma dahil wala yata si Emma ng GCash. Happy prosperous New Year, Sir Jay Ferrer and Sir Brad Pitt. Araw-araw na lang ilang araw na lang, 3 days na lang, 2025 na. So Emma, baka even though you're a senior citizen, at si Pam Ferrer pala is also watching daw from the other side of the world. Talaga si Pam. So, ang ating mga late listeners natin is a very interesting topic na kay bata ka o matanda ka, kasi paiba na yung guhit ngayon ng mundo natin. We are into robotics. Darating ang panahon talaga, katulad nung araw, meron ako tayo nung araw dito sa mga planta ng gasolina o LPG. Pupunta yung tangke, may haharang ganon. Pagkaharang ganon, yung nozzle bababa, lalagyan niya na ng LPG yung tangke. Aalis yung harang, tutuloy ganon para may conveyor. Yeah, go ahead, God.
Parang yung nagre-refuel in mid-air, yung mga jet na nagre-refuel sila in mid-air using robotics. Yung nozzle pala ilalagay nila doon sa entry point ng fuel ng eroplano. Yung sinasabi natin na mga attacks, one of them is yung mag-propagate ka ng very intense electromagnetic field na makakasira doon sa mga IC ng mga robots. For example, hindi ba nakita natin pag malakas yung lightning or malapit yung lightning, yung mga alarm system ng mga kotse nag-a-alarm. So, yun ang isang way on how to attack these gadgets or mga robots by propagating a high electromagnetic field na masisira yung mga circuits.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. More or less, kayo. Ako, I know there is something into robotics, pero sa mga kasama natin, kaya nasa Pilipinas ka lang ba, Florence? Are you
Yes
in the
po,
Philippines?
nasa Laguna po ako ngayon.
Laguna. Saan sa Laguna? Santa Rosa, Lumban,
Santa Rosa.
Cabuyao? Malapit lang. So, maybe magkape tayo kakat sa Starbucks. Kumain tayo dyan sa may Paseo de Santa Rosa, malapit sa Laguna Technopark, And ako, I'm willing, itong bagong venture na sa'yo na, kasi binabanggit ko nga, dyan sa Santa Rosa, sa Jollibee Land, pag kumain ka, may robot, dadalhin na yung pagkain mo. Yung Jollibee dyan sa Paseo de Santa Rosa, wala nang server. Doon ko nakita, last year, or early this year. So pag order mo, pupunta yung robot, kukunin mo na lang yung in-order mo. So gumagalaw, so parang ganyan din. Tama ba ako, Florence? Tama ba?
Yeah, that's true. We are entering on the period wherein may cohort na tayo. Ibig sabihin ng cohort means kasama na natin, kakolab na natin yung robot and at the same time human labor, no? Hindi lang person to person yung nagtatrabaho sa isang company serving the customers, but with the integration of robot na rin nagsaserve sa mga customers. And we don't know, in the future, probably, a few months or few years from now, baka yung mga nasa kitchen ang nagpe-prepare na ng pagkain ay mga robotic arms. And that might be an alarming thing for others kasi baka mawalan ng trabaho dahil the more na puro machine yung nagtatrabaho sa isang industry, there is a possibility na ma-wash out ang mga workers. But I'm not seeing that way. What I'm seeing is baka pwede nating i-diverse sa ibang work ang mga tao, something that is not more on hands-on but something more on analytical, which the robots and the artificial intelligence find it a bit difficult.
Correct, yung maging katulad mo, no? Ako nakita ko yan sa mga gun show, no? Yung may gun show. May robotic arm na nagtotorno yung barrel. No, yung pinaka-barrel tinutorno niya No, machine shop niya. So pagkalabas yung forma na ng barrel. So kung yung siyempre bakal yan, gagawa ng ganito, yung handle niya gagawa gano'n. But I think we would now be having less unskilled people and more skilled people like you na magpo-program niyan, hindi naman gagalaw yan. Tsaka, ito nga, yung internet, di ba? Mawawala, lalakas. So, kailangan namin dito ng katulad ni Marvin, katulad din ni Tina, katulad ni Ethel Don, at ito si Venice, yung mga staff ko, sasabihin, mahina na yung ano ko. There would be somebody who would be aiding the manager like me or the manager like Kat. Sabihin ni Kat, eto nga, ilagay mo yung findings ko. Hindi na kami magta-type ni Kat noon. Basta sinabi na lang namin. Ni-record siguro nila yan. Ita-type nila. Tapos i-email nila to different people. I think, gustong-gusto ko to no? Kasi sa mga batang nakikinig sa atin, huwag tayong matakot sa something new. Something new would now create another line. Mawawala nga yung manpower, pero mawawala na siyempre yung helper lang na tiga-pasok lang ng ganon. Ganon lang ng ganon. Ang gagawa na magpapasok ng ganon, yung robotic. Pero ipoprogram na yung robot at how many speed. Siyempre, minsan meron naman ding error, di ba? Mag-e-error yung robot. Masisira. Papatay niya. Tapos, ano niya. Parang computer, di ba? Ayaw mag-ano. Baka mali yung IP address. IP config muna, blah blah blah, IP config, di ba? Nung araw ganyan kami, hindi kami maka-email yung IP config ano namin, ayos. Pag ano namin, ayan, may email na kami. Mga engineers will now have a lesser work of checking the burden of survey, checking the burden of investigation, and we would hire more people from companies like yung kumpanya mo, Florence, di ba? Mr. Florence, i-devise mo nga kami ng way. Sabi mo nga, hindi kailangan bumili ng isang buong drone. Mag-re-rent sa inyo. So, siyempre, once a month, i-check. Halimbawa, yung mga tower crane, yung mga tataas doon, papanik ka sa ilalim, titignan mo yung kung may yung mga kable nung kung may sugat na, baka mamaya robot na lang gagawa nun, hindi na yung taong papanik. Pero syempre, magsiset up nun, Florence, na not necessarily may mga tao ka, ikaw yung presidente, but you hire people like Marvin, who is into information technology, people like, binabati ko pa pala si nakasama natin, Rico Di Maculangan, isang ECE, engineer na who's into CCTV naman, mga sinasabi niya. So tama ba ako na katulad mo na kasi ikaw ang boss, ikaw ang manager, ikaw ang may-ari. But you would need people now who would go to Kat, sabi ni Kat kanina yun na geothermal
Oo,
Yes.
isang one way na
titignan.
magagamit.
And this is again a very
Oh,
new field, no? Nandiyan
oh.
dyan pala si
Ang one way din, pwede mag-rent yung mga electric operatives or yung
yes,
NGCP, the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, of using robot para ma-monitor nila yung mga transmission lines. Kasi yung robot, pwede magkameron niya ng isang equipment na sensitive sa mga hotspots sa temperature. Kasi sa transmission lines, may mga hotspots yan. Yung nag-arcing, and that is dangerous. Kasi baka mapuputol yung linya. Kaya very important yung drone na magmo-monitor along the transmission lines. So, siguro a business opportunity ni Florence is how to engage this electricity service na provider, yung mga distributors, yung mga electric cooperatives in monitoring their transmission line, especially NGCP. And then ang isa pa, for example, yung sa ating sinasabi mo, Jay, na very weak yung mga internet service provider. What we can devise is a mechanism na mag-i-enable ng redundancy na program. Ibig sabihin, meron kang dalawang service provider. Pag humina yung isa, magsi-switch doon sa isa. Pag humina naman yung isa, magsi-switch doon sa isa. Isang redundancy mechanism. Siyempre, dalawang service na provider mo dito. Na for example, kung sa akin ngayon, meron akong Converge. Meron din akong the data mode. So pag humina yung isa, pupunta doon sa isa. Redundancy ang tawag dito. Sa nuclear industry, ang tawag namin dito is defense in depth. Defense in depth. So talaga, maraming business opportunity ang magagawa ng robotics saka automation.
ang mahirap
So yung mga manual workers, hindi sila matatakot kasi ang trabaho nila parang a cog in the machinery lang eh. So malaking opportunities talaga ang mabibigay ng AI, ng automation, ng robotics. Dapat lang i-scale up nila, i-uplift nila yung kanilang level. Kasi sira na yung mga workers parang slave eh. Redundant sila, paulit-ulit lang yung trabaho.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think what I could share with that idea yung tungkol sa government natin, no? So I think it's also the role of the government
mahirap
na
lang Kat ko yung backup internet mo sirain.
Kung na yun. Sabotahe na yun. Kaya,
merong slide
yun,
si Florence. Merong slide dito si Florence na siguro maganda rin ipakita natin. Marvin, iano mo nga yung slide ni Florence and then we dwell on it at pa-roll mo nga yung mga slide natin. I-upload natin.
Yan, yung pag-upload, ang bagal-bagal. Paano natin yan mapapabilis?
Siguro, while we're waiting, yung kanina, I could say, can you hear my voice? Narinig niyo naman ako na?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Nawala na si Sir Jay. Yeah, but anyway, while we're waiting, yung what I could say is I think there's a big role then na dapat gawin immediately by the government, especially yung sa upscaling ng mga tao ngayon, no, mga Filipinos, when it comes to integration of robotics as well as yung artificial intelligence sa sa workplace. So I think it's a big job ng government na kailangan unti-unting baguhin, makipag-usap sa mga industries. Anong kailangan and what curriculum ang pwedeng ipasok sa education para itong mga newly grads or gagraduate pa lang, they are equipped sa susunod na tinatawag nating, in fact, it's no longer near, we are already entering in the what we call industry 4.0. So yeah, that's my take on that. I think it's the role of the government as well na unti-unting i-upskill ang mga tao.
That role of the government, dapat yung mga may integration din sa industry. Kasi ang halimbawa, yung mga sa OJT ningon, pag nag-OJT, ang isang estudyante, ang gagawin sa kanya, taga-timpla ng kape, taga-bili ng barbecue, yun lang eh. Kaya talaga, napakahalaga yung integration. Hindi lang yung mga na 40 hours, 200 hours, but sometimes it takes a year na talagang mag-i-internship siya sa isang industry para talaga ready na siya to enter the profession. Hindi mo yung mga estudyante, ang nangyayari, ang gusto lang nila makapasa doon sa isang subject, sa isang course, makagraduate sa isang program. Actually, tinatapon na lang yung mga libro at mga notes after passing a course and then maka-board exam. So kinakalimutan na nila yon. At after graduation, after the passing the board exam, ayaw na nilang mag-aral. Ayaw na nilang i-update ang sarili nila. And then one way of that is that the faculty should also be upscaled or to level up. Kasi minsan ang mga faculty, ang mga teachers, ang mga professors, walang experience sa actual reality. Doon mismo sa field, for example, of robotics, of AI, and then sa mga automation walang experience So ano ang i-share nila sa mga estudyante? Yung nabasa nila sa textbook. Kaya dapat talaga yung integration between industry and the academe. And the government can do that, especially ang CHED.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think I am back. I am back. Nakikita ko na my apologies to you, Florence, and But
okay.
I think nadinig ko yung last part, integration ng academe, no? And sana, Florence, tayo magkita tayo nila, Kat. Nandiyan ka lang pala sa Santa Rosa.
Sure.
Kat, masarap ang pagkain sa may, So, kita-kita tayo with Brad Pitt, maayos natin. So, ang may tanong ako dito, yung di pa natin na-share yung slide niya, ni Florence, ano yun natin kay Marvin. Pero bago yan, what are the things do you see in your crystal ball, The future of business and infrastructure dito sa mga factories or even sa mga supermarkets natin in relation ng artificial intelligence would be doing that? How do you would like to expound on that, Lawrence?
Okay. As of the moment, the last time that I checked, almost 80% or
Go ahead.
60 to 80%. Can you hear my voice? Okay naman?
Okay, okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, as of the moment, around 60 to 80% ang mga businesses ay gumagamit ng artificial intelligence. Whether subtle or whether visible, gumagamit ng artificial intelligence, no? So in the future, 5 years or probably less than 5 years from now, almost 90 to 95% gagamit na ng artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics somehow. So for those companies and transactions processes na hindi pa masyadong gumagamit or ayaw gumamit in the future ng ganon, or they're not ready, those are the companies that will be left behind. So that might be very alarming, pero nakita na natin yan for how many decades or different decades na nangyari sa atin. Those companies who didn't start or prepare themselves to use computer na left behind. Those companies who didn't jump in during the internet period or website period na left behind that. And those companies who are not into probably yung cloud storage, nalileft behind them. And now, we are in the Industry 4.0. So, usually, pumapasok na lahat sa artificial intelligence and, of course, ng robotics. There is possibility na those people or those companies who will really reject the idea or this new way of doing the business will be left behind then. So we humans actually, no, tayo ay very adaptable beings dito sa mundo. Na kapag ka merong bago, merong hinihingi yung environment natin, we are the one na talagang unang-unang nag-a-adapt. And for those creations na hindi nag-a-adapt ng mas mabilisan, sila yung usually nagiging instinct. So I think it's not a matter of having lots of money. It's not a matter of having lots of knowledge lang at saka lots of power, but it is more on the adaptability skill. So I think ang mga Filipinos, we're really into that. No, so that's the reason why I'm very positive dito sa pag-i-integrate ng artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics sa ating industry. Because I believe Filipinos will really can really adapt on these changes.
Yeah, dapat nating
Maganda
pag-aralan
yung
din yung
very, very happy.
Yeah, dapat nating pag-aralan yung historicity ng industrialization. Yung first wave, second wave, third wave. So sabi mo nga, Florence, na dito na tayo sa fourth wave. Or baka sa fifth wave na tayo. Hindi ba yung kay Alvin na pinag-aralan niya yung third wave na pupunta na talaga sa fourth wave ng industrialization. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? It's a matter of
So
adapting.
we are very, very happy, Yeah. Yeah, we're very happy to have you guys here, We're trying to see if we could, Marvin, ma-upload ba natin yung slides ni Florence? Kasi malapit na tayo mag-isang oras eh. Hindi natin ma-upload. Mahina internet natin.
I-try ko ulit i-re-upload.
O itatry natin para ma-upload yung ating mga conversation ni Florence. So, yung mga bata, meron ba tayong
Saan na-upload?
under what engineering ito? Computer engineering, Florence? Itong linya mo ng robot.
Robotics is actually a
Meron tayo
combination
talagang
of...
robotics engineering o ito'y vocational lang. Ano ba ang courses para dito?
Okay. All right. Robotics actually is a combination of many different fields, no? So, pinaghalo yan na mechatronics, electronics, computer engineering, and of course, even mechanical engineering includes sa robotics. So, lahat nung mga ano na yon, industry, I mean, even those fields, pag pinagsama-sama mo, you could come up with this robotics, including as well yung cybersecurity. So, it's really a combination of different fields. And dito sa Pilipinas, I'm not pretty much sure kung meron talaga tayong courses na may kinalaman sa robotic itself only, no? I think kailangan i-combine muna yung different fields para magkaroon ng robotic curriculum. However, there are some schools that I found out just last day na katulad ng MSU sa Iligan City. Meron silang MS Robotics or yung Master in Science of Robotics, which is I'm pretty much happy to know that na at least meron tayong university na naka-focus yung program nila sa robotics. And I think even the Colegio de Muntinlupa also offering robotics program, especially nowadays. Ang dami nilang mga events when it comes to robotics so that mas maraming mga kabataan maging aware, and in the future these young minds, young people will start their own robot venture in robots and as well as machine learning or artificial intelligence. So yeah, pinaghalo-halo, masyadong maraming field.
Kahit ano kasing program sa engineering, after ng graduation mo, you can specialize eh. Yun ang tandaan natin na after graduation, you must choose your area or field of specialization. And as of now, ang robotics, ang automation, ang artificial intelligence is the emerging technology for you to have a bright future. So, huwag matakot yung mga slave workers, yung mga manual laborers na they will be displaced. Dapat i-sharpen nila yung kanilang skills towards the fourth wave. Okay.
Yeah, I think yung slide okay na siya. Nakikita na.
Oo.
Yeah. So this is part of the study that we did doon sa aming project na AGV or yung autonomous guided vehicle, as well as the combination of drones. If you will play this, napi-play ba yan, sir? Itong white, this is a video actually. If you play that, makikita natin gumagalaw yung detect yung si screen na. That's how the machine learning can detect if there is potential attacks on the ICs or just what we call a false alarm, no? Usually kasi nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na false alarm kasi maaaring nag-change lang ng voltahe or ng current or sometimes change lang ng probably timing. So false alarm. Pero with the machine learning, by understanding all of these changes, malalaman na agad ng machine learning, that is not a false alarm. That is really an attack coming from outsider or intruder. So that's what we are doing, so that we could protect our AGB and the drone in order for us at least na maging safe yung mga devices. Kasi ito yung problema sa mga sa mga designers and developers. Kapag nag-develop, laging hinuhuli yung security. And one thing that is very important is while we are building or developing something, dapat pati yung security naka-align vertically. Magkasama dapat. Hindi pwedeng huli lagi ang security. So dapat lagi magkasama. Yeah, that's the entire thing of what we're doing right now. So we're trying to change the way how people experience going to shopping, going to the grocery, and how store owners also experience using robotic carts, and drones in order for them to protect yung entire facilities. So that's what we are doing as of the moment. And I'm also doing some books. I'm writing some books, which is more on automation and robotics and artificial intelligence. Somehow, ini-encourage ko yung mga Filipinos, tao, na maging ready. Kasi there will be a big change once na totally nag-adapt yung mga industries natin sa artificial intelligence. So, maging ready kasi hindi pwedeng hindi tayo ready for this. This is a big wave that will happen sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Okay. Yes.
Lawrence, for that wonderful slide. At least we were able to show to our countrymen and to the avid listeners and watchers of All About Safety na meron na naman tayo ditong magandang pagsasamahan, itong robotics, drone, automation, another line. It's not really new, no, pero it is not widely used, I think, in the Philippines. That's the right term. It is not widely used. So maybe through Marvin, Kat, merong mga 28 na ngayon, di ba? 29 yata, may
Yes.
racket yata sa kay Atty. Cinco doon sa we could meet there, and maybe si Florence, we could initially have an interview with him and we could set it up. No, maganda tong linyan to, Kat, para sa atin, no? I would really like to learn and be a dealer also of nitong What's your company name, Florence?
Ematrix.
What's your company name, Florence? Anong nakamute ka?
Ematrix.
Nakamute si
Can you hear
Florence eh.
Hindi. Naririnig ko siya.
Ayun.
Yeah.
Ayusin natin. Okay. I have your okay. I could have your email through Marvin and we'll set it up, Kat, ano? Alam mo na naman, unprofessional internet connection. Parting words, Florence, we are about, alam mo naman, strictly 1 hour tayo for everybody also to rest, and Kat would have also his day. Parting word, Florence and Kat, and then me, and then we wrap it up.
Yeah, sa akin, I would like to greet everyone, viewers, ng Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And this 2025, I believe this is a very prosperous years for us, and at the same time, mas marami tayong dapat i-prepare yung sarili natin. So, go on, continue lang sa pag-aaral ng mga bago. And that's one thing that I could tell to everyone. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Happy New Year to you also, Florence. Kat, parting words before our last Saturday of the month for 2024.
Yes, napakahalaga at huwag tayo matakot sa changes because the only constant thing in this world is change. And then, dyan papastos yung ating sa government, dapat may state planning na papasok yung national industrialization. Hindi yun na sundot lang sa mga technology na ating ina-adapt. But there should be a complete na program towards national industrialization. Nagagamit ng AI, ng automation, ng robotics, ganon. Tayo mismo dapat magdi-develop. Dapat tayo may leapfrogging. Hindi tayo dapat kokopya lang. Dapat natin i-improve. Yung tinatawag through reverse engineering. Pag-aralan natin yung mga bagong na technologies. Huwag tayo matakot. Okay, yan lang. Magandang hapon and have a nice weekend.
Well said, Florence and Professor and nuclear physicist Kat Atlonghari. This is Jay Ferrer agreeing with Florence and Kat that change is a very mighty word. We should not be stagnant. We should be changing. Learning is a continuous process. And if we have that, all is said and done, smile and be safe. This is your Tito J saying, bye-bye, all about safety. See you next Saturday. Maraming salamat po.